Virgin Island episode 3, and this was a bit easier to digest than the first 2 episodes. However, I feel like they're leading us into a false sense of security with this one, because I've seen the clip for the next one. Shit's about to get crazy. In this episode, they're working on confidence, and Ben's saying he's confident in like work, academics, or whatever else it was, but he's not confident like on the island because of what happened with Charlotte. Basically, Charlotte was up on the floor and they were going to do role play with somebody like hidden on they were animals, and they asked somebody to volunteer, and Ben said that he would, and then Charlotte was like, oh, like this pure weird noise, and I was just like, that is a fucking sin. And the thing that annoyed me about it was that Charlotte was totally giving him the signs, because I thought that she liked him as well. But anyway, maybe she's just really friendly. So the experts were saying being confident makes you more attractive. 100%. If you're walking about like loving yourself, people are going to notice. Do you know what I mean? Like, you've got a glow about you. If you're walking about with your head down and you're like hiding, then people might notice you, but they'll just kind of be like, what the fuck's wrong with them? So we get confidence is key. The experts asked them to get up and tell their rejection stories, and we kind of heard Tom's in a previous episode, but basically he was speaking to a girl when he was in uni, like an old friend, and they'd been texting for a while, and he invited her over to stay, and then he said something about he'd bought her a necklace and he was going to give it to her. Then when they were out at a club, he turned round and she was making out with his friend, right? So obviously that's going to be difficult for somebody, especially when you think like they're coming to see me because they like me. So the rest of them were giving feedback, and Taylor says, oh, I think that it wasn't nicer to lead John like that. And I thought, hold on a fucking minute. How do you know that she was leading him on? What proof do you have? Maybe she was literally just his friend. Maybe she was just saying, oh, I miss you, can't wait to see you, whatever. That doesn't mean to say she wants into his pants. Right? I was actually quite annoyed about that. It's highly possible that he just misread the situation and it wasn't the lassie's fault. Taylor got up and she was basically just saying that she's got no confidence whatsoever, and in the previous episode she gave a surrogate partner and she was just like not interested in it whatsoever because it was a man. And I was wondering like what trauma has caused this. Genuinely, I thought that something had happened to her when she was young or something and she was just blocking it out. Now, in her defence, and I've said this before, they're putting these virgins in this island and they're giving them surrogate partners, people that they've never met before, people that they're not in love with, people that they don't really know, and like giving somebody a surrogate partner, is that helpful, realistically? Aye, okay, build their confidence, teach them how to date, teach them how to speak to people, teach them like how to feel each other and how to love themselves and all that, but having a surrogate partner doesn't make any sense to me. Because let's just say they paid to go to this island, right? They've paid to have sex with that person. Basically like prostitution. That's not teaching anybody anything. I'm not a therapist, but just in my personal opinion, it's not helpful, especially when you're seeing these people paired up with these surrogate partners who are clearly a lot older than them. And I know that these people are all adults. It's just not right for me. Let me know what you think in the comments. The experts realise that there's something going on with Taylor, so they pair her up with another surrogate partner who is a woman, and she's lying on the bed thing and the woman's like rubbing her feet and rubbing her ankles and stuff, and she's crying, and she says, oh, do you know, like, I'm so relieved that I don't feel scared. I think that the whole time I've thought I was bi, but now I'm realising I'm actually gay. Now, if that's what it takes to realise that you're gay, then that's what it takes. It's an absolute shame, because there's so many people in this world who are gay, and like she said in this episode, she thought that she liked men because that's what she thought was normal. Like, most of my gay friends have went with, like, say, like, if it's a gay man who's went with a woman when they were younger, because that's what they're brought up to believe that you're supposed to do. And at the time they're thinking, I don't know if I really don't like this person, like, what's going on? It's not an easy situation to be in. It's just unfortunate for her that it's took her this long to realise it. So finally, she's making a bit of progress. And the next task, to help build their confidence, they get the women to put makeup on the men, paint their nails and all that, and then they send the men to do some wood chopping and be all masculine, right? But Tom is saying that he is really camp and some people can't differentiate between camp and gay. and he's saying like, when I'm out I slut drop and all that and people just automatically think I'm gay. Now I think that Tom is so fucking adorable. He's so cute, right? Like, obviously I don't fancy him or anything, but he's got such a cute face. He's just got such like a nice personality. I actually love him. So after the tasks, Tom's feeling a bit weird and the experts notice that he's not really acting himself. So they bring him in to speak to somebody and he's saying, oh, I really liked getting my makeup done. And I'm confused because what does this mean? Does it mean I'm gay? Does it mean I'm non-binary? I don't feel non-binary. And he's very confused. And in my mind I'm just thinking, plenty of straight men wear makeup. Plenty of straight men like getting makeup on. It's therapeutic, isn't it? Getting all the wee brush on your face and getting all your eyeshadow and that done. There's absolutely nothing wrong with enjoying getting your makeup done. It doesn't even mean you're gay, it doesn't mean anything. But obviously this is how he's feeling. But I'm just saying, men can wear makeup and they can get their nails done. Next, they're teaching them how to date and they're going to do some roleplay. They're teaching them the 3 main points of a date. Give them a real-time compliment, notice the look, like when they want a kiss, and then lean in. So the experts are giving them examples. Holy fuck, man. These experts gave me the fucking boat, right? They're trying to teach them and that's fine, but they're sitting looking at each other, right, and they're looking over the table and she's like kissing her hand and she's like, like making sex noises. What the fuck? Why are you doing that? That's not normal. Imagine you were out at a restaurant with somebody on a first date and you were like, oh, he's really nice, and then he picks up your hand and kisses your hand and then he's like, check please, I'm out of here. Why are you teaching them this? It's not right. They ask for volunteers. Emma and Zach go up. And see Zach, he is always up for the challenge. You want something done? Ask Zach. He's there, top of his class. He really goes for it. And you know what? I don't know if he is confident, but see in this show, he's really going for everything. He's actually so great to watch. People consider me to be a bit of an extrovert, but see getting up and doing something like that in front of your pals would be embarrassing. They've got so much balls, man. Good for them for getting up first. Ben goes up next and he's practising a date with one of the experts, and then they say, right, you can practice another date with somebody else, and he turns around to ask them all, and Charlotte's like, fuck, don't pick me. And they're all just kind of looking about, and I thought, for fuck's sake, somebody could have at least practised with him. So he ends up practising with the other expert. It's a fucking shame for him. No wonder he's got no confidence. Later that night, they're practising dates with each other and they've been paired up. So Ben is on a date with an expert and so is Taylor. She's on a date with one of the female experts. And once again, Zach is practising his date. He's giving the looks. He's holding her hand. He's kissing her hand. He's really going for it. 10 out of 10. If I was marking him, 10 out of 10. Right, so Ben was on a date with one of the experts, right? And all I could think when I was looking at her was, what the fuck are those earrings? They look like some sort of thing, like chicken that you'd eat for your dinner. Absolutely horrific. And then when he was giving her the compliment, he's like, I really like your earrings, I really like your fashion sense. And she's like, oh, I made them, or somebody made them for me. For this angle, they looked like chicken, but actually for the other angle, you could tell that they were like, still ugly, right? They were still ugly, I'm sorry. So we haven't seen a lot of this guy up until now, but Emma was on a date with him and the two of them were getting on really well, and I think they really like each other and it was so cute. Honestly, it was so adorable. Their confidence is building, everything's going well. So they say, oh, tomorrow we'll be taking things to the next level. And Zach, he's like, oh, he's all excited, right? And I was just like, oh, right, they're taking things to the next level, right, okay. And I think it was Ben who says, oh, I hope we don't need to get naked. And I was like, nah, they'll not be getting naked. Shows you the clip of tomorrow night. All I can say about this is nobody can ever call any of these people shite bags ever again. But let me know what you thought of last night's episode, and I'll see you again tonight. Bye!